I had the transplant when I was 18, and literally up until that point, my mum did everything. She did all the medicines for me, doses, amount of tablets, everything. And then when I was in hospital, having to learn all this, it really forced me to take it into my own hand, because I was 18, I was an adult, and parents weren't around all the time. They had to come in visiting hours and things like that. I had no option but to step up. As much as I'm not secret about it, I don't want it to be the thing that identifies me. I don't want to be that girl with cystic fibrosis with all the medicines. It does impact me quite frequently, really, like all the time. I chose to come here to do art, but I was concerned that I wouldn't have enough career prospects afterwards. So my original plan was to do geography, and then at the very last minute I just changed my mind. I was like, I don't want to do this. Life is too short to do something I don't want to do. I pulled out my UCAS application and redid it all over again.
Yes, it comes at the time.
My social life is affected. The main thing being a student is alcohol. It affects me so much because of the medicines that I'm on and the way my digestive system works. I really can't push limits. I can't really afford to have bad hangovers and be ill afterwards because I've got to take my medication. Last year when I was in freshers year, and all it was drinking. I got myself, like, I didn't know my limit at that point, and I was just trying to keep up with everyone else, but in actual fact, like, half the amount that everyone else will have will be plenty enough for me.
Most of the time, I've just come to yours, really, late hours of the night, just talking about anything.
Life issues.
I think Jodie is one of the strongest people that I've ever met, because she's been through all this terrible stuff, but she's got through it, and she's living every day, happy and joyful and with people. Obviously, there's a part of me that does worry a bit about it, but I don't worry about her. And she's strong and she's got through it, and that's something I really admire about her.
Aww, that's so cute. Oh my god, that's so cute. I had my double lung transplant down in Papworth, Cambridge, on September the 21st, 2012. I'd just finished school, done my A-levels, struggled through my A-levels, attached to an oxygen tank, and then got the transplant and had the whole year then to recover before I went to uni. Having been so weak previous to the operation anyway, it was like retraining a few years worth of poor muscles and body to do what it should do again. I remember the first time I was allowed to move a bit just to get to like the bathroom and back, and I knelt down, like I went to sit down on the floor to pick something up, and I couldn't stand up again because my legs were just so weak. Those 3 months of me physically getting better was also me mentally growing up, taking over all the old things that Mum had done, even just down to like filling out a prescription and dropping it off at the doctor's. You kind of had to muddle through it a little bit yourself to get it right in the end. That transition from being a child to growing up a bit, it's just part and parcel of learning how to cook and learning how to deal with landlords and the rest of it. It's just another little extra component that us kind of people have to deal with, I think. it has to be an isolating condition. It is the way it has to be, and you do feel like you're the only person in the world that's experiencing whatever, you know, you're going through at the time. But I didn't know anybody with cystic fibrosis until I went to the transplant clinic. Because the cystic fibrosis lungs have gone, your risk of cross-infection is eliminated. Everybody else was quite sort of 60s, 70s, were the next youngest after me who were having the transplants. And everyone was like, call me the baby of the ward, and everyone's got a tale to tell, and we've all got similarities with the condition, but then we've got our differences as well. I think the more social interaction with other patients that you can get, whether that be online or whatever it can be, the better really, because it certainly helped me a lot. Going from friends that I'd known since we were like 11 and grown up with them till we were 18, and then moving to a whole set of new people who didn't really know much about my backstory of everything, and it made me feel overly paranoid and overly self-conscious. And in that year I had to grow up quickly, and then in that first year of university I had to do some more growing up. My university took us to New York on a university art trip. With the medicines, taking them all on the plane was quite something. I got to take the boxes as well, so I had a bag. I was a bit anxious possibly about everyone seeing it quite in all its full glory, but everyone was really good. I mean, no one was bothered. It was all me that had the anxiety about it. But it was the best 4 days of my life. It was amazing. It's less stressful in a way to just let people know, get it out there, and then you don't feel like you're hiding anything, or that had to have time off for hospital appointments and not well some days. And you know, if people have an understanding, then they don't really have anything bad to say about it particularly. So I did actually have quite a lot of time off where I couldn't be here, couldn't be working here, and fully informed all the tutors and everything, and they were great, and they just said, just do what you can, whether that be taking photographs or drawing while you're in, and if you even don't feel well enough to do that, you'll just have to park it. I think my condition has very much affected the sort of art I do, and it reflects my personality as a whole. It's quick, it's spontaneous, it's messy, I suppose. I'm not at all precise with work that I do. If it's not right, we move on and I carry on, and I think that definitely reflects how I see life. It's too short to be messing around with little things that don't really matter very much.